I am sure of it. That is my first thought. I know I have a tendency to jump to catastrophic conclusions. My mind always races to the most ludicrous, far-fetched explanations possible, but I am not insane. The sun is setting, casting strange, flickering shadows across the faces of my friends, and no one else seems to have noticed the change. They are all too preoccupied, messing about with the fire, chatting nonsense, laughing at jokes that aren't funny. But I see. I always notice the little things, and Bella has changed. Is everything okay, Bella? I call out. Bella does not respond. She doesn't even look up. She just stands awkwardly at the very edge of the clearing, her back stiff, staring blankly into the rising flames. There are 6 of us here, high school kids. Ethan just passed his driver's test, and he drove us all out into the wild, our first big outing as a group, camping in the deep forest. I glance around at the others. They are all chattering away, oblivious. Ethan is flirting with Sophie. I feel a stab of sharp jealousy. I don't know if he's getting my hints or if he's just not interested, but I push it down. The other 2, Mason and Lucas, are trying and failing to roast sticks of beef jerky above the fire. Lucas swears and grimaces as his piece tumbles pitifully from the stick and is lost to the flames. I sigh and rise, walking cautiously over to where Bella is standing. Bella? I say softly, reaching out a hand to touch her shoulder. Bella turns to look at me. Her face is expressionless. I'm not sure why, but my skin crawls. It feels like she is looking right through me, focusing on something miles behind my head. Bella is one of my favorite people. She's funny, she's bubbly, she's the one who came up with the idea to go camping in the first place. She's been here with her parents before she said it would be fun. And so far, it has been. Until now. Bella, I say again, softer this time. What's wrong? As before, Bella does not respond. Her face remains completely still. She gives me no body language, no micro expressions. I nervous la a little, giving her a playful shake. Talk to me, girl. Hello? Are you okay? The sky has begun to fade from a bruised red to a deep, suffocating purple as the sun disappears below the horizon. The unseen birds in the distance have stopped chirping. Okay, Bella replies after a long, uncomfortable pause. It startles me. Another anxious laugh escapes my throat. I tuck a strand of hair behind my ear. So, everything's okay, I ask. Everything is okay, she replies. Her voice is flat, monotone. Sweet. I breathe out. Okay, well, that's good. I don't really know what else to say. She is acting weird as hell. Where's the firewood, Bella? I ask, gesturing down to her empty hands. Bella does not move. Bella, I say, a little louder now. Some of the others turn to look over. You're freaking me out. Stop messing around. Where is the firewood? The firewood, she repeats quietly. Yo, you didn't bring back any wood, Bella. Mason calls over to us. What were you even doing out there? Lucas mutters something under his breath and makes a rude gesture. The boys suppress snorts of laughter and childish giggles. Sophie throws an empty soda can at him, which he bats away playfully. Bella makes a noise in response, a noise which sets the others off chuckling. It puts them at ease, and they return to their conversations. But I am not at ease. All the fine little hairs across my forearms and up the back of my neck stand on end in terrible, chilling unison. The sound that Bella made was clearly supposed to be a laugh. The others were only half paying attention, shouting over their shoulders. But I was looking right at her. She didn't smile. Her eyes remained wide open. The laugh was completely, utterly hollow, and terrifyingly, it was a carbon copy of my own laugh. It was my voice, forced uncompromisingly through Bella's vocal cords. I just stare back at her. For a moment, it is only us. No fire, no sunset sky, no birds. Just me and her. Come sit down, Sophie calls out, breaking the tension. Bella turns at the sound of her name and goes to sit by the edge of the fire, as if summoned. My heart is hammering dangerously in my chest. I reach for my pocket, taking a breath from my inhaler. I try to hide it. I hate Ethan seeing me do it. But honestly, I've got bigger things to worry about right now. What the hell was that? Is this some kind of sick prank? I glance around for hidden cameras, for carefully angled phones. Maybe the group is in on a joke. The thought makes me instantly self-conscious. I've always been insecure about being left out, but I can't see a thing. It's getting too dark now anyway. I consider going to sit down with Ethan and Sophie, and now Bella, maybe get in between them. But I decide against it and sit down with the boys instead. I only half take part in their conversation. I can't help but constantly glance over to Bella. She just sits there, expressionless, barely speaking. I just can't shake this feeling in my gut that something is terribly, terribly wrong. Hey, Earth to sister. Lucas knocks me on the shoulder. I turn to him. You okay, Morgan? You've gotten so quiet all of a sudden. I've gotten quiet, I reply, perhaps with a bit more force than I meant. The guys raise their eyebrows in surprise. I blush a little. Sorry, I say. I just. Have you guys noticed anything weird with Bella lately? Ever since she came back from the woods, she's been acting all different. Lucas brushes his long, messy fringe from his eyes and shoots a glance to Mason. An unspoken message seems to pass between the two, and Mason rolls his eyes. Are you sure you're not just jealous that she's over there talking to Ethan? Lucas asks. I flush suddenly and swear at him. He laughs, and I shove him away. Shut up, Lucas. What are you talking about? Come on, Morgan, everyone knows, Mason whispers behind his hand. I breathe out a sigh of distress. Does Ethan know? I ask. Mason shakes his head, but I'm not sure I believe him. From there, the conversation grows and develops into natural little shoots, and I get lost in it. I forget, for a while, about my uncertainty regarding Bella. I lose track of time. We start to pack up and prepare for bed. Tonight is the settling in night. As we're all shuffling around, gathering our things and throwing the last of the sticks onto the fire, I decide to speak with Ethan real quick. Just a brief chat to put me in his mind before he goes to sleep. Hey, Ethan, I say to him, pushing out my chest a little as he turns to me. He looks so good in the glow of the fire, the angles of his face illuminated in rippling orange. Hey, Morgan, you all sorted for tonight? Yeah, I think so, I say. Do you think that? He cuts me off. He leans in close. Hey, Morgan, did you notice anything kind of weird about Bella earlier? Bella, I realize what an idiot I've been. Oh, yeah, I did. Where is she now? Ethan straightens and calls out to the bustling shadows beyond the fire. Hey, Bella, have any of you guys seen her? Oh, yeah? Mason replies. She went to get more firewood with Lucas. Sophie snorts from her position by the logs. Good to see you actually doing some work, Lucas. But I don't laugh. In fact, I start to feel terribly cold, chilled despite the night's latent warmth. How long ago did they leave? I ask desperately. I can't seem to organize my thoughts. Something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Mason steps closer to the fire and shrugs. I don't know. Like 10 minutes, maybe. I run past him to the edge of the clearing. I squint my eyes, looking out into the darkness, listening for voices, for a stray beam of a flashlight. But there is nothing. Guys, I call out. Guys. I am answered by nothing but the ripple of the breeze through the branches. Bella and Lucas are gone. I start to panic a little. I reach for my inhaler, pushing my hair away from my face and taking a deep breath in. Morgan, what's the matter? Mason asks as he jogs over to me. They just walked off into the darkness. I ask, forcing out my words. They didn't even take a flashlight. I don't know. Lucas did, I think. Then why can't we see it through the trees? I don't know, chill, Morgan. It's fine. And why would they go out looking for firewood now that it's gone dark? Ethan is behind me now too. He puts a hand on my shoulder. His touch feels good, but I surprise myself by shaking him off, realizing I'm even more stressed than I realized. Guys, this is serious, I say. Something is not right with Bella. She's not herself. I think we need to take her home. I appreciate how painfully uncool this makes me sound, but someone has got to take charge. Whoa, hey, we're not taking her home, Morgan, says Ethan. It's the middle of the night. And besides, I get that she was acting off, but what are we really suggesting here? That she's having some kind of breakdown? I don't know, I reply weakly. A scream from the forest cuts through the air like a sharpened blade. We turn as one to stare out towards its source, hearts thumping, all senses suddenly primed and brutally alert. I call it a scream, but it was more of a howl, really. Not like a wolf, though. The sound that echoed through the trees was more like a howler monkey. A quick series of high-pitched, frenzied grunts and shrieks strung together and played as discordantly as could be imagined. It is not a noise one hears in the forests of the Midwest. What the hell was that? Sophie whispers. Ethan, I say, peering into the darkness. Pass me a flashlight. He hands one to me. I respect the power of night vision, but sometimes you can't beat a solid beam of welcome light. I click it on, and Ethan does the same. The beams land squarely on a pale face in the trees, eyes white and wide staring back into my own. Jesus! I scream out in alarm and stagger back, tripping over a log and landing with a painful crash. Ethan's light is still directed at the face, and my brain registers it after a quick second. It's Lucas. He is standing silently by the edge of the trees, unmoving. We all start swearing at him at once. Mason bursts into a laugh, his face illuminated briefly by Ethan's flashlight. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Mason chuckles. You're one scary guy sometimes. The rest of us, however, are not so thrilled. What the hell, Lucas? What are you doing there? I shout up at him. Very funny, Lucas. Very funny. So where's Bella? The others start looking around for her, expecting her to pop out from behind a tree or a tent at any moment, but she does not. I keep my beam fixed on the boy as I clamber to my feet. He does not laugh, and he does not move. I take a step closer. Lucas, I say to him softly. He remains silent. Lucas, I say again, and I find that I am unable to raise my voice much higher than a whisper. Talk to me, man. There is a pause. Firewood, he replies quietly. The warning lights return, flashing bright in my head. Bella will bring back the firewood. The breeze blows through the dark forest. I take another step towards him as the others look around for Bella, laughing together now, flashlight beams tracing over the trees beyond. He watches me approach. Lucas, I say very carefully, I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I know you know I was freaking out a bit about Bella earlier, and if she's got you in some kind of prank, it's just not funny, all right? It's freaking me out. And if you want to make fun of me for being a chicken, well, that's just fine. But please stop, okay? I'm really genuinely asking you to stop. I tense, and we stand there in silence, regarding each other. And then he grins. It's a pretty spooky looking face in the light of the flashlight, but it's a grin I recognize, and I breathe a little easier. You, he mutters, shaking his head. Come put some sticks on the fire and go to bed, okay? It's late. He walks towards me. He bursts into a sudden, loud laugh as he passes me by, which makes me jump again. I laugh too, in response, and push him away. Chicken, he mutters. Yeah, I know, I reply, rolling my eyes. So, where's Bella then, Lucas? Bed, he replies. He bends down to grab a handful of sticks, stepping over and throwing them carelessly into the fire. Right, okay. Well, that's good, I say. Still kind of on edge, if I'm being honest. I look back on this moment and realize I should have checked Bella's tent right away. I should have just checked, but I don't, because why would they lie? It's around 3 a.m. when I wake up. Damn bladder. I try to quietly pull down the zip so as not to wake up the others, and I tiptoe out onto the rough forest ground. I'm still pretty freaked out about earlier, so I don't go far. I'm disappointed to realize that despite our efforts, the fire has gone out anyway. I finish up, and here is when I realize I never checked on Bella. Now that the thought has occurred to me, I realize I simply have to make sure she's okay. I won't be able to get back to sleep otherwise. So I head back, grab my flashlight, and turn it on, only when I'm right next to Bella's tent. I whisper her name. No response. I pull the zip slowly and carefully up, and then the one on the inner lining, and I peek my head inside. I shine the flashlight in. She's not there. I scan the beam all over the place, but it's not like there's anywhere to hide. It's a tent. I start to sweat. Damn, it's okay. It's okay, I whisper. Maybe she's taking a pee, like me. So, still on my hands and knees, I crawl back, turning my flashlight hand and pointing the beam out past the fire to scan my surroundings. The beam lands on Lucas. He is stood there in the darkness, in the exact same spot I'd last seen him in, silent, still, staring. The breeze ruffles his hair, and he looks down at me, unblinking, not even squinting in the beam of the light. A scream catches in my throat. He's not grinning now. I stare up at him, unable to speak. The silent figure alone in the darkness. Lucas. I stammer, my blood cold. I say his name but receive no response. Guys, I choke out. Then, guys, wake up. Guys, please wake up. I keep yelling, refusing to take my eyes away from Lucas even for a second, as one by one they groggily awaken, peering out from their tents in confusion. I stagger awkwardly to my feet, shaking like a skinny branch in the wind. Morgan, Mason calls over as he rubs his eyes and clicks on his flashlight. Is everything okay? Lucas, I shout. He was just stood here, guys. Stood here by himself in the middle of the night. Lucas, I shout to him as the others watch. What is going on? He says nothing, and the others are starting to pick up on the vibe. I can feel it. The atmosphere is a nicely knit mist that is slowly but surely enshrouding and suffocating our little campsite. The others start calling him out too. Ethan, then Sophie and Mason. They tell him to speak up. The frustrations mount. And then Lucas laughs. It's the exact same laugh he gave earlier. And I'm looking at his face now. We all are. He does not smile. His body does not move as he produces the sound. Where is Bella? I shout at him. Bella is in bed, he replies. No, she isn't in bed. I've just looked in her tent, and she's missing. I keep my flashlight pointed at the boy in a trembling hand, but I look to the others. Guys, you need to get your boots on. Bella's not here, and I don't know how long she's been gone. She could be in real trouble, and we have to go find her. Okay, Lucas whispers in response. The word sends my pulse racing. He looks like he's about to say something else, but I cut him off. No, Lucas. No, you're staying here. I don't know what the hell is up with you. I don't know if you and Bella saw something in the woods, but this has gone on long enough. Right, says Ethan. He starts pulling his shoes on. I get it. I get it. There's something weird going on here. Maybe you're right, Morgan. Maybe we should have just headed home. I'm trying really hard not to have a full-blown panic attack. Ethan straightens and speaks. Morgan, if you come with me, we'll see if we can find Bella. Sophie, you stay here with Mason. Keep an eye on Lucas. I'm not sure if he's sick or if there's something worse going on here. But we find Bella and we get the hell out of here. Agreed? Despite her fear, I can tell that Sophie is irritated at being asked to stay at the campsite, but she does not protest. I look at Ethan, and he nods at me, and we head out into the forest. I shoot a glance behind me and watch as Mason and Sophie try to encourage Lucas to sit down. Lucas, come on, man. You're okay. Take a seat, Mason suggests calmly. It's a prank, chicken, Lucas says as they disappear from earshot. His words have no cadence to them. I shiver and push onward past the branches alongside Ethan, and together we head into the forest. Okay, I admit. I was wrong. This is weird. This is really weird. What the hell is up with Lucas? Why is he acting so strange? I don't know, Ethan replies. But he's been acting this way since he went off with Bella to get firewood. Ethan calls out her name, and I do the same. We're following a rough trail through the brush. It's almost like, I don't know. It sounds stupid, I say. But I just thought about Bella too. It's like they're different people. Ethan says nothing. They barely even seem like people at all, I say quietly. We walk on a little farther, calling out for Bella. Ethan eventually throws out his hand and puts a finger to his lips. He points his flashlight at the ground. "Do you hear that?" he asks. "Hear what?" I whisper back. "Listen." So I do. Tense. And a branch cracks in the trees off to our right. We lift our lights towards it. "Bella," I call out. A bush beside a tree starts to suddenly shake, shaking beyond what a breeze would warrant, and it rises. And I realize that the light is not showing me the leaves or twigs of a bush at all. It's showing me fur, thick green-brown fur in the dark, attached to an alien shape that quivers in the forest. And I scream. The noise, like the howler monkey, the twisted, broken, disjointed call of the unknown ape. "Run," Ethan roars. He grabs my sleeve, and together we sprint off in desperate terror. We push madly through the thickets, darting around trees, our flashlights clicked off. We run until I think the muscles in my legs are going to completely give way. Ethan grabs me and drags me down below a fallen tree. We try as hard as we can to control our heavy breathing, listening intently for any kind of sound from behind. Nothing. But then, a sound reaches our ears. Not from behind, but from in front. It's obvious once you hear it. A subtle cracking, a wet tearing, a soft crunching. "It's too dark, I can't see a thing," I whisper. Ethan reaches for his flashlight. I put a hand on his to stop him. "Don't," I whisper. "I have to see," he replies. He cups his hand over the top half of the flashlight, shielding it as best as he can, and turns it on to the lowest setting. The light reveals a grotesque imitation of a human, faced away from us, hunched over. Their legs and back are stretched in ways that don't make sense. Animalistic heels push sickeningly out from the back of their calves. Their face is buried in the carcass of a deer, eating. The figure's jaw is distended, and while it's difficult to see in the shadows, what looks like a set of furry jaws pushes out from the human's gaped open mouth, biting quietly, tearing off pieces of the deer's flesh. It seems to become aware of the light. The jaws retract suddenly and horrifically, forced back through its human mouth. The bone cracks back into place. It swivels around to stare at us. It's Bella. I watch in unparalleled horror as she regards us with blank, white eyes. The color of her irises rolls back down from behind her upper eyelids and settles into place. "You're freaking me out," the thing with Bella's face says. Her voice is low. It has no rhythm, like she's speaking a language she's only ever seen written down. My wrist starts to hurt. I realize Ethan is gripping it tight. I hear whimpering and realize it's my own. "Where's the firewood, Morgan?" Bella asks as she begins to crawl slowly towards us. Her head cracks to the side. Her face is expressionless, the lower half drenched in the thick, dark blood of the deer. "Where is the firewood, Morgan?" she says again. It does not sound like a question. I stand. I grip Ethan's shoulder. "Ethan, get up. Get up." We start to back away, stumbling as we retreat, flashlights fixed on Bella as she approaches. "Do you remember the way back to the trail?" I choke out. "Is," he whispers. I take a deep breath, and I hurl my flashlight into Bella's face. It hits her, and she twitches with a disgusting crack. Bella starts to shriek. She sounds the call. On hands and knees, she bounds suddenly towards us, her jaw distended. I grab a branch from the ground and swing it mercilessly around, smashing it hard into the side of the creature's head. The impact vibrates up my arms. The creature stumbles into the dirt, twitching and disoriented. "No, Ethan, run." We run. I feel like my lungs are going to burst. "Please," I think, "please help us find the trail." And as luck would have it, we skid to a sudden halt as we breach the edge of the trail. We stumble and run hard back the way we came. An amber glow appears through the dark branches ahead. The fire. We're nearly back at the campsite. We stumble into the clearing, shouting as loud as we can. Ethan dives instantly into his tent in search of the keys for his car. But there's no one else here. "Hello," I shout out. "Hello, guys, where the hell are you?" "Morgan." I hear it from directly behind me. I shriek, swearing and stumbling backwards. It's Sophie. Her face is a picture of terror. Sophie, I manage. What's wrong? Did you find Bella? Sophie, we have to go, I splutter. We have to leave now. Grab what you can and leave the rest. Where are the others? Where are the boys? They just went for a pee, Sophie stammers. They should be back any time. But where's Bella? Sophie, I say quietly, my heart sinking. Did you let them go off by themselves? Just the two of them. She says nothing, but the expression on her face is clear. Ethan bursts out of his tent. I can't find the keys, but they're in here somewhere. Guys, come on, let's get the hell out of here. The path back to the car is only a 15-minute walk, but I'm no longer convinced we're going to make it. I turn, jaw clenched, towards the way back, and sure enough, two shrouded figures are standing there, just waiting, blocking the path. Ethan, Sophie, and I move closer together. A flashlight is raised. It's Mason and Lucas, standing stock still, expressionless. No, Ethan whispers. Sophie is whimpering. She doesn't quite get it, but I'm pretty certain that the two people standing before me are not Lucas and Mason. Not anymore. Mason. Ethan mutters bitterly. I take a bold step towards them. Hey, guys, I call out carefully. Everything okay? We need to return to the car. You understand, right? Bella's in real trouble, says Mason, dead-faced. We have to go find her, says Lucas. Yes, she is, I reply through my teeth, still edging closer. But the best way we can do that is return to the car to drive home and get help. We need the light, guys, Lucas suddenly shouts. His body remains still. He gives no indication that he's shouting at all. Wake the hell up, he screams at me. Morgan, wake the hell up. We're close to them now. I'm sweating. I don't know what the hell is up with you, Mason says. I don't know if you saw something in the woods, but this has gone on long enough. The words just don't sound right. Their cadence doesn't fit. I clench my jaw and, with shaking hands, ever so softly, push past the two, easing myself between them, lowering my gaze. Ethan and Sophie do the same. We start to walk a little faster. Ethan and Sophie follow, and so do Mason and Lucas, walking just behind us, keeping pace. Sophie has started to weep. Bella went for a pee, Mason says loudly above the breeze. Pass me the flashlight. We find Bella, and we get the hell out of here. Where is Bella? Lucas speaks again. We have to go find her, says Mason. Sophie is crying openly now. Mason and Lucas keep pace. Should we run? I take a breath from my inhaler. Would that set them off? We keep on walking hastily through the woods, back to the car. Mason and Lucas continue calling after us. Ethan, says Lucas. Sophie, says Mason. We keep walking until Sophie lets out a loud shriek and comes to a sudden stop. Guys, she says loudly. Guys, it's Bella. Terror strikes me. She is standing stock still, staring wide-eyed into the woods, her beam heading off into the trees. It's Bella. She's okay. I just saw her. You guys, I saw her in the trees. Sophie, no, I reply, shouting back. It's not her. You have to trust us. We have to get to the car. But Sophie does not understand. She cries with frustration, violently scratching and pushing Ethan away. Sophie, please stop, Mason says, addressing his words to Sophie. I'm really, genuinely asking you to stop. She stops. She turns to him, panting. Keep moving, I gesture to her. But she stands her ground. She speaks to Mason and Lucas. Guys, please. What is this? What's happening? Is this a prank? They're not pretending, Sophie, Ethan says. Just don't speak to them. Sophie, Mason says, taking a step forward. Bella could be in real trouble. There is what sounds like genuine urgency in his voice. You have to trust us, okay? Lucas adds. Sophie swivels, looking from us to the boys to whatever she thinks she's seen in the forest. Guys, she says to us. She wants me to follow her. We can't leave her behind. I run to her. No, Sophie, that's not her. That's not Bella. It's something pretending. It lies. She bursts into tears. Whose side are you on? She screams. Before I can react, she pushes me to the ground. She sprints into the forest, calling after Bella. No, Ethan shouts, but he is too late. Sophie has sprinted into the dark. Her flashlight glow quickly becomes lost amongst the trees. Mason and Lucas watch her go motionless. Oh God, I shout. What do we do? We have to go after her, Ethan says desperately. We have to try. I don't know if I can, I say. I can't handle seeing that monster again. Morgan, this is Sophie. We won't go far, okay? 20 feet. 20 feet, Morgan. Then we turn back. Morgan lies. Lucas whispers from the shadows. I promise, Ethan says. So we leave the path and push into the woods. We follow the rough route Sophie must have taken. Sophie, I shout. But there is no reply. We go deeper than we set out to. Ethan points over to our right. Morgan, look. The light. A faint beam can be seen from behind a bush. Stay here, Ethan, I say. Mark our place. I'll be quick. If she's not there, I'll come straight back. I push forward, coming up to the glowing light. I push aside a bush and I see it. I see her flashlight sitting by itself on the ground. Sophie is nowhere to be seen. I reach down and grab it, spinning in a circle. Nothing. Until I look up. The beam of the flashlight extends high into the trees above. There is Sophie, suspended upside down. She is misshapen. Her facial features are not in the correct place. Her body twitches and jerks. Dark fluids leak from her onto the ground. Thick, green-brown fur sprouts from the sockets of her eyes. The fur is pulled back into her head and is replaced by a terrible, shining white. No, I whisper. A jaw cracks. No, she whispers back. I begin to retreat, stumbling backward. Sophie's eyes do not leave mine. Every twitch of the abomination sends ripples of disgust over my body. How could this have happened? She'd been gone for minutes. Minutes! And we were still too late. Ethan. I scream back behind me. Morgan, he calls back. Are you okay? I sob in bitter relief and run back to him. Sophie, the thing in the tree, calls after me. Morgan, what's going on? I race back to Ethan. We're too late. Take us back to the trail. We run together back to the path. I am disturbed, but not surprised to see Mason and Lucas standing in the exact same positions we left them in. We don't stick around. We race down the path toward the car. Ethan, Mason calls after us. Sophie could be in real trouble. We have to go find her. Morgan lies, Lucas shouts. Don't listen to them, I pant. Ethan, don't believe them. We approach the car parked under a large tree. We stagger to a stop, and Ethan crouches down, desperately fumbling through his bag for the keys. I turn, standing with my back to him, facing ahead to Mason and Lucas as they come to a sudden stop. They don't seem tired at all. What happened to you guys? I whisper, shaking my inhaler in a trembling hand. Morgan, Mason says, and behind him, that same grin stretches across Lucas's face. I'm not going to lie to you, okay, Morgan, he says softly. Bella is gone, he says. Sophie is gone. He lifts his arm out to me. But we need to help her, Mason says quietly. You have to trust me on this, girl. I want to, Mason. I reply with a shaking voice. I want to so badly, but I can't. I hear a grunt of bitter relief from behind me, and the sudden, welcome sound of the car unlocking. For a moment, the clearing is bathed in flickers of orange light. Lucas's chest starts to shake. His mouth rounds into an O, and his jaw cracks. He hollers loudly, the call of the unknown ape. Get in, Morgan, Ethan bellows. We scramble inside, slamming the doors. The boys outside hurl themselves against the vehicle. Lucas jumps onto the hood. Mason slams his fists against the window. Drive. I scream. Drive. Ethan starts the engine. Morgan. Mason shouts through the glass as he desperately batters his fist against it. I'm pretending. I'm in real trouble, Morgan. Don't leave me here with them. And I look into his eyes as Ethan slams his foot down. I see raw fear. I see terror. But the car roars to life. We speed out of the clearing. Lucas is thrown off the hood to the ground. I turn and look back through the rear window. I watch Lucas rise to his feet. He stands motionless beside Mason. They shrink into the distance, two diminishing figures illuminated only by the pale moonlight. And the moonlight catches on something else just for a moment. Sitting in the lone tree, perched on a thick branch just above the spot where we parked the car, is Bella. Her body is stretched cruelly and grotesquely. She looks back at me as we round the corner. I watch her form begin to shift and crack back into a human shape, and then she disappears from sight. We never saw them again. Bella, Lucas, Mason, Sophie. I wonder about Mason the most, about what he said to me through the window. I'm pretending. Was it a trick? Or was he telling the truth? Was he the last one left? Ethan and I are together now. There is little passion, but we keep each other sane, because each time we close our eyes, we hear them calling our names. And we are sure as hell not going back.